All right, hey there, Pisces. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and deciding to watch part two because part one, I got a phone call and I accidentally stopped the recording instead of pausing it. So thank you so much for watching part two. So I just kind of left off with this sort of energy of this butterfly garden, okay? And how you're trying to cultivate your garden and have it grow. And it's just like, um, I feel like there's this beautiful, like, nurturing, loving energy coming through at this time with the Empress energy, okay? I feel like this is an energy where you really tap into your divine feminine energy and you start to see what it means to really, like, look at yourself as like this beautiful goddess, okay? Or this beautiful nurturing, loving, feminine energy, okay? And when you meet somebody, when you're looking for somebody, it's really important that your person, your partner, sees you as an empress, treats you as an empress, treats you as a divine feminine energy that incorporates this love, nurturing soul, because that is what you are at your core and your essence, Pisces. And you want others to recognize that and see that. Um, yeah, so it's just like it's just a beautiful energy. And also the Empress energy is ruled by Venus, okay? And Venus is like the planet of love, okay? So it's really like, you might not always be feeling like really confident with yourself. You might not always be feeling like super secure with yourself, but it's important that your person um encourages you to feel better about yourself. They do say, like, what's going to make you feel good? What is going to get you to feel like beautiful and loved and nurtured again, and really like tuning in to those key emotions and feelings in the relationship, okay? Um, yeah, and if you're a guy watching this and you're trying to find love, it's important that you treat the woman that you're looking to become a partner with love and respect, and really encourage her to, like, feel beautiful. And that feeling beautiful and feeling like an empress and a goddess is, like, so important, and encouraging her to continue to want to feel that way and to self-love and self-care, okay? Now we have this energy here: be present, use the hours, don't count them. Yeah, I mean, like, you could just be, you know sitting around, just, waiting for somebody to just come along and just, um, just automatically just be your person, right? But it doesn't really happen like that. It's more like you actually do have to go and look for the person that you do want to be with. You do have to put in the work. You do have to try, and that's a new start to a new journey. Really, honestly, it is a step towards a new journey. So, and starting a new chapter in your life. So doing that and focusing on that. Um, um, okay. Then we have here the Ten of Pentacles. So I don't know if you're a fan of The Office or not. I'm a huge fan of that show. But basically, these are characters from that show. And this is Dwight and Angela, and Dwight's cousin. And they have a little kid here, okay, Philip. So Mo, that's the cousin's name, Mo. So it's a beautiful, like, happy family, okay? And they're under the pentacles here. And they live on shoe farms where they grow beets, okay? And it's a beautiful little, family picture here of, feeling secure, feeling financially secure, feeling secure in abundance, right? Knowing that they are supported and they have laid down the groundwork and the foundation, and they've done the work. And so now they are harvesting the beets, right? They're harvesting that energy of feeling nurtured and loved and supported, because they have done all the work on their journey that has brought them to this very happy place, to this, almost like fairy tale happily ever after ending. So if you're a romantic like me, then you know all about happily ever afters and fairy tales, but it's a journey, right? It's a process. So this card is indicating to me that is happening for you. Like that energy is starting to manifest. It's starting to come into fruition or fruition. I'm sorry, fruition. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, it's starting to happen because you are believing in yourself. You are trusting in yourself, and you and your person have done the work together on a long journey. Okay, to come together. And you know, Dwight and Angela, they had to do work in order to get secure with each other and find value and worth in each other. And there was a time even where Angela didn't want Dwight to know that Philip was his son, and she didn't want any of Dwight's money, right? It was her ego and her pride. Like she wanted to be able to do it on her own. She wanted to prove something to herself and almost prove something to Dwight too. But he's like, you don't need to prove to me that you deserve love or you deserve respect or you deserve support. I don't, that's not, you know, he didn't view the relationship that way. He viewed it as like, you know, he is in love with this woman. Like, it doesn't matter what, well, you know, he was upset when she, you know, they were, you know, young and naive and weren't so understanding of how to respect one another. But they went through it. They had trials and they had ups and downs. And then in the end, they were successful and they were happy together. So there is that possibility for you, Pisces, okay? And I really feel like in order for you to get there, for you to get there mentally and emotionally, you have to actually believe that it is possible. You have to actually have hope and faith that if you do the work and you believe that there is success in doing the work and the rewards are going to come, then the journey will be that much more important and significant to you, and you will be motivated because deep down in like the very core of your soul and your heart is this like energy that wants to have a happy family and wants to find your person. And that is something like deeply rooted in not everyone, but I feel like in you, Pisces, is something that you've been longing for a very long time. So if you're not gonna, you know, don't give up because it is possible for you, Pisces. Okay. Um. Yeah. And what else we got here? World. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so we have the perfected work, and we have Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so we have the church here, and the red door, and the arch guard, you know, the archway over here with the like a hedge archway sort of, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which we have like this sushi table. Okay, it's like a sushi bar, I think actually. It's a sushi bar. So I just like I'm thinking it's like if you do the work and you know I'm not a real like religious like person, like I don't go to like churches like this or anything like that, but I do understand that for some people it is important to instill in like a faith or some sort of belief system that sort of kind of protects you spiritually. It's sort of supposed to be like a guide for you that you can fall onto, like fall back on if it's like if you don't feel like emotionally supported, you can turn to religious practices. Also, it's like a ritual too. Even just praying is a ritual. Meditation is a ritual. These are things that like are spiritually can be spiritually based as long as they're not like corrupted, right? So hopefully, right? But it just getting the sense that it's like for you it's more than just you know going to church. It's more than just you know being married. It's more than just being engaged. For you there's some sort of spiritual deeper meaning behind it, and I think that's the significance of the red door too, because you know red is a color of like passion, right? And it's also like getting up the I'm getting the sense of sacrifice, right? Like there's that saying, I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into like this relationship or into this job or into, you know, this project, right? So I feel like for you, it's like you very much feel like you pour everything into your relationships with people and you want like a spiritual, emotional connection with them. Like there are some higher power or source or spirit that is guiding you toward where you need to be, and like unraveling mysteries here. And I feel like the sushi bar is like sort of like this it's the wheel of fortune, right? It's like you spin the wheel, right? We started off this reading Pisces in part 1 with the fortune cookie, okay? So it's coming like full circle here, where you started out with like, you believe that you do deserve good luck. You do believe that you deserve good fortune. You do believe that you deserve to find love and happiness in your life. Um, and the wheel of fortune is sort of like that always turning wheel, right? It's always a question of like, where is it going to land, right? So you might land on, the delicious like sushi rolls here with looks like fish eggs, right? Which fish eggs are caviar. Okay, it's luxury, it's style. It's like you often find yourself like, maybe you'll land on like one of these like California rolls or something like that. Maybe you're not a California roll person, right? So maybe what's happening here is that you're just starting out this journey, and you're putting yourself out there, and you're going to meet different people, right? And there might be some aspects to them that you really like you do like cucumbers and avocado, but you just like absolutely cannot stand seaweed. So there's going to be things about your person that you can't stand, like pet peeves, right? There might be these little things that make you say, oh, is that a sign? And you're overthinking it though. It's like, even if your person is a little bit of a messy slob and leaves their dirty laundry everywhere and never picks it up or whatever, because they weren't raised to do their laundry, right? Not everybody is, okay. That might get under your skin a little bit. But is that a real reason for like not even trying to make the relationship work long term? Or is that something you can just be like, you know what, I'm gonna just remind them, like, you got to do your laundry, right? Or maybe you're just going to do it for them, and then you're going to be like, I did your laundry for you, so you got to do the dishes for me. Like maybe something along those lines, right? Because I feel like if there's like 10 things you really love about the person, and there's just like one thing, like, they leave their, dirty dishes everywhere, okay? Like, they don't clean up after themselves, okay? Like, yeah, that's annoying to, for sure. Especially when it's like someone does have to eventually clean that up. It can't just be left out, okay? But I'm saying, like, is that reason to like not be in love with someone or not spend the rest of your life with someone? I don't think so. So I feel like this wheel of fortune is saying love wants to find you, and you want to find love, right? You want to find your person. But if there's a chance that you're going to land on something that is sort of annoying to you and sort of kind of one of your pet peeves, is it that big of a deal that you're not going to just like keep having fun with that person, that you're not matched spiritually, that you're not matched emotionally? Because they might align with your spiritual beliefs, they might align with your emotional like mental sort of like understanding and language and way of the world, right? And they might care about your emotions, which is like way more important than if they pick up their laundry or not, okay? So that's why you need to think about, like, if you land on something that you might not necessarily like everything about them, but you love everything about them. And I think that's like the key takeaway here, Pisces, is like, you might not like everything about your person, but you might love everything about them. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is like, if, they don't always, greet you in the morning with a cup of coffee, okay? That's something that might annoy you, right? But maybe you love the fact that they can sort of break you out of maybe like a very like work go mood, and they can break you out of that sort of mode, and let you and help like break the silence or the day or whatever, the moment, with like a funny joke or something that sort of takes your mind off like a lot of sadness and grief. So that's the emotional thing I'm talking about. It's like, that's a deeper level of understanding a person, is emotions. So yeah, they could just be one of those people that just never had to do chores in their life, but you still really have a lot of fun with them at the end of the day. Okay. And I think that if they might not always say that they value the fact that you are the one who's always doing the chores and cleaning up, but I think the fact that they're staying with you and that they show you affection in other ways that they know how to show affection is their way of saying thank you. So try to look at things from like a deeper perspective in that sense and in that regard, okay, Pisces? And remember, you started off this reading with good fortune and cracking open that fortune cookie at the beginning of the reading and reading the message with inside. Okay, this was the first card from your reading, and reading that message from inside and saying, you know what, I'm getting the right message at the right time. And the message for you, Pisces, is that you do deserve love, and love deserves to be in your life. And you just have to open yourself up to believing that it is possible and not letting, you know, too much negativity get in the way of you enjoying a really, you know, delicious piece of sushi. Or if you're not a sushi person, you know, a really, that's a metaphor, obviously, for a really wonderful person that, yeah, you might not like everything about them, but you love everything about them. Okay. So I don't know. That's just the message I'm getting. It might make sense, it might not, but take what resonates. Love and light always. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave me a heart in the comments below if you like this message, or give me a thumbs up. Wish you the best, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Love and light always.